Okay, so I'll start now. The first speaker today is Xiaozhen. Xiaozhen's project is Level 3, the Club Success Series in Persuasive Influence Pathway. The purpose of this speech is defined by the member. The member may present a well-organized and well-supported speech on any topic. Yap Xiaozhen, Meeting Roles and Responsibilities. Meeting Roles and Responsibilities, Yap Xiaozhen.
Wendy, can you help me to share the slide? All right, thank you, Wendy. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Tonight, I am presenting my Level 3 project, the Successful Club Series. What is this Successful Club Series? It's actually a new layer added to our Toastmasters experience since this year. And I have particularly chosen these meeting roles and responsibilities topic, which I believe this topic will help members to understand what is the necessary for a meeting to work well and how each role helps to make meetings successful. All right, next slide, please. I will introduce our usual assigned meeting roles, particularly in our Venus Toastmaster meeting, one by one. First of all, the Toastmaster. Toastmaster in the Toastmasters international terms is equivalent to the Toastmaster of the evening or Toastmaster of the day, which who this person will be the MC of the entire meeting. All right. Prior to the meeting start, the Toastmaster of the evening will look for the necessary role players, plan and review the meeting agenda. In the meeting, as the TOE or the who is also the MC, who will host the meeting to introduce the theme of the meeting, Toastmaster International, and also Venus Toastmaster Club. And the TOE also will introduce each sections in our Venus Toastmaster meeting and ensure the meeting flow goes in smoothly and in time. Next row, please. The topic master. The topic master will conduct the okay. In Venus Toastmaster meeting, we have prepared speech section. We also have the table topic sections, which this section will be conducted by topic master. So the topic master will prepare a few topics based on the meeting theme and ensures every member, including guests at the meeting, has an opportunity to participate in this table topic section to practice their impromptu speech. All right, next row, please. The speakers. In Venus Toastmaster meeting, the speakers, I will refer to all the person who is speaking in the meeting, which include the prepared speech speaker, impromptu speech speaker, as well as the evaluators who will provide their evaluation speech. So each speakers will have dedicated time to talk based on whether it is based on their um, practicing project speeches or the impromptu speech or the evaluation. All right, next, please. Okay, in Venus Toastmaster meeting, after the prepared speech and the impromptu speech, the table topic sections, we will have there will be a evaluation sections, which this section will be led by the general evaluator. The general evaluator will oversee and coordinate the evaluation section with the evaluation teams, which include the evaluators and the technical role players. So I will introduce the technical role players later. So the general evaluator will observe and evaluate the overall meeting and provide the constructive feedback in their own GE report. And normally, the general evaluator will be assisted by, next row please, by the speech evaluators. So the speech evaluators is all about evaluating. They will actively listen to the speech, take notes on the strengths and area of improvement in the evaluation section. Evaluators will have to deliver a constructive evaluation speech to the speaker. In the speech, they will offer suggestions, they will give encouragement to the speaker to improve. Next, okay, in the general evaluator also will be assisted by a few technical role players like timer. Timer is responsible to keep track of time for every speaker and meeting segment to make sure that we will start and end the meeting in time. And in the end of the section, the timer also will provide a concise timer report. Next, the grammarian. Okay. The grammarian, prior to the meeting, the grammarian will prepare the word, word of the day and introduce the word of the day in the meeting and challenge the member to use it during the meeting. And the grammarian will actively listen to the language and grammar that are used by the speakers. And at the end, they will take note on each speaker's language and share helpful feedback. They also will present a report on all the when called upon by the general evaluator. So the grammarian encouraged the club members to expand their vocabulary and speak more thoughtfully. Next row, please. And don't forget about the R counter. The R counter listens to filler words, crunches, like are, or you know, and they will they will track the filler words or overused phrases and share their observations in a report at the end of the meeting. So they're also active listening and give a constructive feedback. Next slide, please. Okay, so just now we talk about all the necessary usual assigned meeting roles in Venus Toastmaster meeting. There are additional roles that which they are optional that maybe we have not we don't often practice all this role in Venus Toastmaster meeting. First, the presenter of invocation. Sorry. Okay. Okay. What is this invocation? Is that refer to an opening prayer in a formal event, but in Toastmaster, presenter of invocation is a member who will start the meeting, open the meeting with a short reflective message to set a tone. So it is not necessary to be religious. Normally it is inclusive and neutral. But I think we normally in Venus Toastmaster meeting, our president will have an opening note, a short opening speech. So we don't usually practice presenter of invocation. So this is optional in Venus Toastmaster meeting. And next, the joke master, we also know as the humor master. So humor master is who responsible to inject laughter in the meeting. It is good to have. I believe Erin, our member Erin. So I hope Erin one day could be our joke master, and it is currently optional in Venus Toastmaster meeting. Next, please. Word counter. Word counter. This is normally we do this. We have this role in the speech contest. To who is responsible to count the vote or ballots. And next, please. Parliamentarian. Okay, this is parliamentarian. We don't usually have this in Venus Toastmaster meeting, but I believe this will be needed for like the specific time when we need to have discussion. For example, like AGM or election, where the parliamentarian will ensure everyone has a chance to speak and to prevent chaos in the discussion. So yeah, this is currently is optional in Venus Toastmaster as well. And next slide, please. Okay, club officers meeting roles. So we also other than the necessary assigned meeting roles, club officers also play a crucial contributions to make our meeting success. So the first one, Sergeant at Arms. So Sergeant at Arms, who is Wendy, for this term. So, Sergeant at we in Venus Toastmaster meeting, we are online meeting. So, Sergeant at also known as the Zoom Master. So, for the online meeting, the Zoom Master will always be the first one who log in and start the meeting and welcome everyone, the guests, and normally the Zoom Master also will end the meeting. And if it is a physical meeting, the sergeant at arm will confirm the meeting location, will arrange room and equipment, and also who sergeant at arm will always be the first who join the meeting and the last who leave the meeting. All right, and the next one, president. Okay, president is a very important role in one successful club. So the president in the Toastmaster meeting, the president will provide the leadership and set the meeting's mood. So the president is our current president is Toastmaster Crystal Chin, and she will always give the opening speech in the beginning of the meeting and also the closing speech at the end of the meeting. She also will introduce and promote our Venus Toastmaster Club to the guests and make necessary announcement. And next, please. Vice President Education VPE. Our Vice President Education is called Pei Pei. So Pei Pei, she is responsible to plan each meeting for the entire term and make sure all the meeting schedules and assign accordingly. And she will track every member's achievement, which and make sure that we every member is on track on their progress. And she also will if there is any question, she also will address to the members needs and question. Next, please. Vice President Public Relationships, VPPR. Our VPPR is Michelle Ma. And Michelle Ma, she is responsible to generate publicity to attract guests. So normally she will prepare the image and poster before the meeting start, and then she will post the poster on every social media platform of Venus Toastmaster Club. We have on LinkedIn, on Facebook, Instagram, and as well as Xiaohongshu. They will post the poster and so all these the VPPR will prepare and maintain to attract guests and members. Next, please. Vice President Membership VPM. Our Vice President Membership is Eva Chin. So Eva will always promote Venus Toastmaster Club to bring in new members to the club. So she will always responsible on membership building activities. Make sure the guests will join, and she will also follow up with guests to engage with them so that they can to attract more new members to join our club. And she also responsible to conduct the induction ceremonies for the new members. And she always greet the guests, friendly, and answer their questions. Next, please. Secretary. So I am the secretary for this term. So I will always keep the meeting minutes and document it in the share drive. And now because we are the online club, so it's always the digital version. And also yeah, I will make sure I will keep track on all the achievement and also submit on time to the Toastmaster International to make sure we don't miss any timeline for any submission. Next, please. Treasurer. Treasurer, our treasurer is Hui Ying. So Hui Ying is also like a CFO. So she will keep track on all the transactions and reports on all the financial matters. So she will collect the membership fees and make sure to submit to the Toastmaster International on time. And if whenever we have events or we need to organize something that require budget, then she will be responsible to manage the budget, and she will need to present the financial reports as required. All right. Next. So this will be my last slide. In conclusion, I have this quote from Henry Ford. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. So teamwork is essential to the success of a Toastmaster Club. So we all have a common goal when we join the Toastmaster. We want to learn public speaking and leadership on this Toastmaster platform. So together as a team, we will progress and work together to achieve a collective goal and individual goal. So what is the collective goal? Our collective goal for the club is to achieve the President Distinguished Cup. And the individual goal is for every member to be excellent in public speaking, communication, and leadership skill. So I believe that when we understand all our responsibilities, and we work together and we can progress to achieve our goals. That's all from me today. So yeah, I think I will end my presentation here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Xiaozhen. I think it's crystal free. Okay, let's
Yes, I see. Thank you so much, Xiaozhen, for a very deep illustration on each and every individual role. I would like to thank you. So, as we are, the EXCO is fighting for all the president distinguished medley cup and everything. You could not be worked without everyone here. And if anyone's interested in the next term, in EXCO, I see a lot here potential leaders and current leaders of the EXCO. So do reach out to us. We're more than happy to, vote you in. All right. So we have our next speaker, but before we go to our next speaker, can we invite our next evaluator, Michelle Ma, to evaluate Leong Mei Hong? Over to you, Michelle.
The first statement for Leong Mei Hong tonight's speech is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. And the purpose of her speech is for her to demonstrate her ability to deliver an effective, respectful speech, an evaluation speech. Leong Mei Hong, what's working with children taught me about adult? What's working with children taught me about adult? Leong Mei Hong, over to you.
Thank you, Michelle. Is my voice clear?
Yes.
Good. No talking. All right. Okay. Then I should start now. When I first started working in pediatric, means working with children, I thought my job was just biological. I thought I was just there to treat muscle, joints, and all the neurological pathways. But after thousands and thousands of hours on the gym mat, I realized something. Working with children doesn't just teach me about children development. It taught me a lot about adults too, about myself actually. So today I want to share with you all 3 lessons that I learned from working with children. The first one, trying before you're ready. Did you realize when a child is learning a new movement, standing, walking, crawling, or even just rolling, they don't overthink about it. They fall, they get up, they fall again, they cry again, or maybe they cry then they try again, but there is continuous trying and trying. Think about if me, I will be afraid of trying again after I fail. I will be a bit hesitate not to go. So this is what I learned. In children, they just keep trying. But me, I want to feel like there is a guarantee it can win, then only I go. But that's not the thing is going on in life actually. I have seen children attempt movement that seem like impossible, but they do it without fear. For me, I even talk myself out of the thing that I should try, like public speaking in the beginning. Working with children reminded me of this is bravery is not about confidence. It's about trying before you're ready. So what's about the next lesson that I learned? Is the second lesson is progress is not a straight line. When working with children is learning to move better. Progress is really smooth. One day they are progressing, they are doing great. Next day they might be cranky and crying. Or sometimes there is a plateau moment when we didn't see any progression or either regression. Worse, sometimes they seem like regress when they fall sick. But that's normal. That's how childs learn. Children don't measure progress in straight lines. They measure in attempts. How much they try to do, how much they are doing. But on the other hand, adults, I want progress to be in a straight line. Just like this. Then I can see what's gonna happen. I want results without setback. I want growth without discomfort. I want change without patience. This is, I'm not sure about you, this is what I wish how progression looks like. But this is not. Progression is messy and we think is something wrong. Working with children made me realize that this is nothing wrong. Progression is one point, then your starting point is here. You can go up and down, but in the end, you can still reach here. Just like the child, they still can move, they still can reach up to their developmental milestones, but maybe in some different way. So this is what I learned. Just don't compare, we just go with the flow. If we fail, we try again, because progression is not a straight line. So next is, when working with children, I learned to be more empathy and be kind to everyone. You know that the children, when they come to see me, they are not coming alone. They are coming with their parents, mothers especially. Mothers who is tired, who blame themselves, they didn't do enough, even though they are doing everything. Children don't come to therapy alone. They come to therapy with emotion, expectation, fears, and love from the adults around them. And here, this is what I learned. Some parents, we might see them, they are very strict or they don't emote so much, but we never know what they are facing. Maybe they have some financial issue, or they still got many other lack of support from the families, or things like that cause them to behave this way. So working with children, we don't need to put more pressure to the parents. They need more kindness, and we need to be more empathy with them, because we never know what they are going through. It's not an easy journey for them to have a special needs child. So all in all, I just want to say, so next time when you are about to say, I'm not ready, I will try when I'm more confident or when it is perfect. Or what if I fail? I invite you to do something different. Borrow the courage from the child. Try, fail, get up, and try again. Because if a child can learn a walk by falling hundreds of times, surely we adults can afford to fall a little bit and be kind and empathy to everyone. Thank you. Okay, pass back the stage to you, Crystal.
Thank you so much, Mei Hong. I think all of us learn the fact that, like you mentioned, progress is not a straight curve. It can be this way, up and down, all in a circle. But during that moments, if someone is kind to us, it does make a very impactful, and never be afraid to try. That's my take from what we have from Mei Hong. So next, we're going to have Win speaking next. Can we have her evaluator, Even, to go up for the speech title? Over to you, Even.
Thank you, Madam TOE. Tonight's queen is attending her speech, Introductions to Vocal Variety and Body Language. The purpose of her project is to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance a speech. And her speech title is Feel Alive with Micro Novelty. Feel Alive with Micro Novelty. Li Huiyin, over to you.
Ladies, do you wake up using the same alarm ringtone every day? Do you travel to work using the same road every day? Do you sit on the same office chair at the same position every day? Are you getting stuck having the same routine again and again every day? Well, you might think of having a trip, but that could be expensive. Let me share with you a lower budget alternatives to get a life again. It is called micro-novelty. What is micro-novelty? Micro literally means small. Novel means new. So, micro-novelty means small new changes in your lives. It is a concept where you don't have to change your job or travel across the world to get a life again. You can simply combat with monotonous condition, embrace a lighter way of living, and refresh your day by simply doing something new, especially the ones that you are not good at. Let me share with you some suggestions on how to inject micro novelty into your daily life. When you go to work, take a new road to reach there. When you go to shop, pick something you are not familiar with. During your mealtime, go to a new cafe or restaurant to try new dishes. Or you may want to try new menu at home as well. Use your non-dominant hand to brush your teeth and use the spoon. Rearrange stuff in your workspace. Try new hairstyle when you go out. Enroll to a class or participate in the program that evokes your interest. By doing this, ladies, you are indirectly stimulating your brain to release dopamine. Dopamine, for your information, is a chemical that makes you feel happy. Let me share with you my personal experience. I enjoy gardening. So each morning I will go to balcony to observe the little change in my garden. I feel happy and excited when I see new shoots coming out and new flower blooming. I feel rewarded when I see the plants grow and thrive. Then I double the joy by taking photos of the plants and then share with my friends. Let me share with you another example. My sister and I like to play storytelling chain game when we are feeling bored. This is how we create happy memories and fun moments in the life. Ladies and gentlemen, if your life is dull, why don't you use micro novelty to create new, unusual, and fun moments? You can just inject new things into your daily life. No matter how small it is, it will get your sparks back and expand your sense of time. All in all, life is like a puzzle. It forms the picture based on the pieces you collect. Without effort, the puzzle stays incomplete. So, try your best to create the moment of joy and laughter to make this puzzle unique and beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Huyin. I say, micro novelty. When you were asking the question, I keep on answering, yes, yes, yes. Oh, I definitely need to inject some novelty into my life right now. It's like a routine. So thank you for all the ideas. Definitely we'll start adding it, and I'll buzz you on the side on what things I add new. So going next, we have our next speaker. Let's say Ratno and her evaluator, Mei Hong. Can we invite Mei Hong to do the notes for Ratno? Over to you, Mei Hong.
Thank you, Crystal. The purpose of this speech is for The purpose of this speech is for the member to apply their mentoring skills to a short-term mentoring assignment. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of their experience as a Toastmasters mentor. Okay. The title is It Takes Two to Tango, Ratno Cha. Ratno Cha, It Takes Two to Tango. The floor is yours, Ratno.
Yeah, excuse me, Toastmasters. Mei Hong, I think I gave you another evaluation form. I'm afraid my title is, hold on a second, I changed the title. The title is The Journeys That Have No End.
Oh, the title is different, is it?
Correct, yes.
Oh,
I
the
apologize for
journey
that.
have,
Yeah.
the
Journeys that
journey
have
that
no
have
end.
no end.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Is the form is right?
Yes, correct. The form is correct. Only the title is
The
different.
title, I see.
Yes.
Okay, all right. The journey that have no end, right now, the journey that have no end.
Thank you, Toastmasters Mei Hong. Good evening, everyone. There are two journeys in mentoring program: the mentor's journey and the protege's journey. Tonight, I would like to share mine. Many of us here, I'm both a mentor to my protege and a protege to my mentor. And through this experience, I've realized something powerful. Mentoring is not a destination. It is a continuous journey. For the last 6 months, as I guided my protégé Cherry, I found myself relearning every step I once took in my own Toastmasters journey. To be honest, I was amazed at how many steps there actually were. Each one felt big. Each one required courage. And the most surprising part, I hardly remembered how challenging they had been. My heart truly goes out to Cherry, my protégé. She's navigating her journey while managing a full-time and busy career, being a wife and a mother, and also a devoted daughter that's so caring for her mom. Taking on roles, preparing speeches, learning meeting structures, none of these are small commitments. They require time, energy, and heart. Looking back at my own journey 3 years ago, I wish I had more guidance when I first joined Toastmasters. There were moments when I accepted a meeting role, but I had no clear idea what I was supposed to do. So what did I do? I observed. I watched carefully how others performed their roles. I tried to copy, I tried to understand, and yes, there were times I struggled so much that I nearly broke into tears. Although I was fortunate that many members were kind and helpful, I hardly knew anyone personally when I first started. It felt like learning to swim by being thrown into the pool. I do have a wonderful and understanding mentor, but she's from another club. As fantastic as she was, coordinating time and communication was sometimes quite challenging. I had my own first 2 protégés before, but I had not enough knowledge on how the mentoring in Toastmasters should be. Those early struggles shaped me. This time, my mentoring journey is very different. We are coordinated and given some guidance. We meet regularly online and share our experience and update each other. This all helped me to navigate my role to be, hopefully, a good mentor. As we all know, in Toastmasters, there are no small rules. Every role matters. And when Cherry reaches out to me before the meeting, wanting to do her best, it truly warms my heart. That willingness to learn, the effort, is what mentoring is all about. But mentoring does not only exist in Toastmasters. I believe every one of us needs a mentor in life. Personally, I consider myself a protégé for life. As a teacher, I'm constantly learning. My head of school regularly observes my lesson, gives feedback, and ensures that I'm on the right track. And in turn, I mentor my teaching assistant, guiding her just as I'm guided. It is a very meaningful cycle. As long as we are learning, we will always need someone ahead of us to guide us. And as long as we have knowledge and experience, we can always have someone behind us. So this continue to shape us. Honestly, it humbled me and also remind me that growth is never a solo journey. Through Venus, I have gained so much. Practical tips, encouragement, and even someone to practice my speeches with. So tonight, I would like to end with a gratitude to Toastmaster June for giving me the opportunity to grow by becoming a mentor, to my protege, Cherry, for trusting me and allowing me to grow together, to my mentor, Vinny, who always there to guide me, and to our Venus Club for creating a space where these journeys are possible. Because mentoring is not just about teaching, it is about walking alongside one another. And that journey truly has no end. Thank you. Back to you, TOE.
Thank you very much, Reno. Definitely. I think in the context for Toastmasters, it has a proper structure for all the mentoring. I believe there are a few mentors in the room as well, whereby there are steps by steps, and we are privileged that we have June guiding us further this year. And for our protege is, it's a given gift to them, which many outside there isn't this process and structure in place. So if you wish to be the next mentor, do let us know. We can rope you in, to contribute back. And if you are looking for any further mentors, I'm very sure, turn to your left or turn to your right or look into the screen. Anyone here, you can pick up nuggets of wisdom from everyone. So I'd like to say thank you to Retno for reminding us that we have a very good structure in Toastmasters for all the mentoring and being a mentee, which I greatly benefited as well. So over at, we have the next one, we have Eliza. Eliza is giving her speech, and we have Wendy who's evaluating her. So can we have Wendy to do her purpose statement? Over to you, Wendy.
Okay. Eliza will be presenting her level 3 project, second elective using descriptive language. The purpose of her project is for her to practice writing a speech with an emphasis on adding language to increase interest and impact. Her speech title is Adapting to New Environment. Eliza Lang, Adapting to New Environment. Over to you.
Thank you, Wendy. So guys, good evening, everyone. To all the distinguished Toastmaster. I believe that we have all went through changes or transition over our life. Whether is it not our personal or our professional journey. So today I would like to share one of my personal story which I have recently experienced. Stepping into a new working environment. Have you ever walked into a new job thinking that you're very ready for it, but eventually you found out that the universe has another plan for you? That was me. It was 19th of January 2026. On the very morning, I went in, stepped into office, and greeted my boss. But the only words that came out from me was Ohayo gozaimasu, which is good morning in Japanese, and which he has greeted me back. But nonetheless that I know, besides that word that came out from my mind, the rest of the day we will be just using our favorite tools, which is Google Translate, to put things into context. He is a Japanese with minimal proficiency in English, while I myself is like a lost Malaysian tourist in Japan, to say. So all the way, it was either we depended on a translator to translate our conversation, or either we just use the Google Translate and or the universal body language, which is your smile and your head nodding from agreeing to any statements. So from there on, that day onwards, actually, after discovering a language app, which is called Duolingo, and I actually downloaded it to brush up my Japanese language. Slowly, every morning, I would get a prompt. Eliza, please log into your Duolingo and don't miss your streak. So from there on, I will spend about 5 minutes on a daily basis, at least to do a chapter, to complete it. Besides that, as I keep on learning and also observing how was the communication going on, I start to pick up words slowly, like wakaramasen, which is I do not understand, which is a frequently used word as of now. And also learning to say numbers in Japanese, which until now only can remember what is 1, 2, 3. That's all. So looking at it, it has been a turbulence, or what I can say is a rocky journey for myself. But learning a language to me has been a very inspiring for myself, that I can pick up new knowledge along as I grow along. Secondly, starting a new job is like being a sailor leaving a calm harbor. It can be a familiar job scope, but it seems unfamiliar at the same time, because it comes with its own set of challenges. When you turn on your mailbox, you thought you are in Japan. It's all in Japanese word, which I have to take an extra effort to actually translate all the text to English before I am able to reply any single emails. So it has been a very, what I call being like a jellyfish or a jello, which is trying not to be squashed or being stunned along the way, trying to complete my task and also communicating with the relevant parties. For instances, also with the new company policies, I found out that during a meeting, there is a standard template to follow. Whereas previously, I was just like, okay, meeting recap, just open an email and type what was discussed. This has a standard template, and moreover, I also feel fast surprised. It's not only being noted the minute by one person, it's the whole entire participants that attended meeting that need to do a meeting recap. And at the end, we need to actually compile and cross-check and share with everyone what is there any points that we actually miss out. That is actually an eye-opening for me. So at the end of the day, knowing all these new policies and SOPs, I told myself, let's, Eliza, please empty your glasses, empty your glass, put in new knowledge, adapt to the new environment and systems. Be flexible at the end of the day. Next, the unexpectedly discover one thing is that actually Malaysian love Malaysian actually, many of them are fluent in Japanese, which came to my surprise. It's not the Duolingo level. It's not the single words type of Japanese language. It's actually a fluent, full with emotion, punctuation, and the other parties are able to understand without second guessing you what you are speaking of. While at times during a meeting or a conversation, I will just start with a few words in the beginning, like sumimasen, dame. That's all I'm able to process what is it meaning until a conversation is being translated to me, which is sort of what I felt left out at times. So why? But it has been a very good learning curve for myself. Meeting new people has been highlight of my first month journey with the company, which every one of them is actually supportive and also incredibly patient with me. So the moral of the story, as change comes, do be flexible. It always comes with confusion and awareness, but do be open to any new changes that come along. Over back to you, TOE.
Arigato, Eliza-san. That's all I can do. That's the only flexibility that you have for me for now. So hopefully I'll pick up some words from you moving forward.
Thank you.
Okay. As she says, we have to be flexible. It's a lifelong journey of learning.
Yeah.
That's why we are here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we have our next speaker, Michelle Lam, doing her DTM project. Can we invite Redno to give the purpose statement for Michelle? Over to you, Redno.
Thank you, Krista. The next speaker, Michelle Lam, will be delivering a speech titled My DTM Project Reimagine. The speech length is 8 to 10 minutes. And the purpose of this speech is for Michelle doing this project to demonstrate her skills as a leader and a public speaker. And this is her second speech to share some aspects on her experience completing the project. Michelle Lam, My DTM Project Imagine. My DTM Project Reimagined, Michelle Lam.
Thank you, Redno. Time flies. 8 months ago, back in June 2025, I made a pledge to provide pro bono online coaching supervision to club coaches within District 51. I worked primarily with the Club Growth Director, Patricia Yap, on my Distinguished Toastmaster project, which I will tell you more about today. I also had the support of my mentor, Lim Hui Ying, and overall endorsement by the District Director, Radzi Yusuf. Now, Patricia identified and also recruited the club coaches whom she felt would benefit from my professional coaching supervision service. Why I say professional? Because I am a professional executive coach as well as a coaching supervisor. So we kicked off the coaching supervision in August 2025, and I delivered to 10 Toastmasters members, 5 of whom had been officially appointed as club coaches, while the other 5 were waiting to be assigned to clubs with less than 12 members. I provided supervision to 2 groups, and we initially met twice a month for 2 hours at each session. Well, that worked out to be 8 hours of professional supervision delivered in a month. after a couple of sessions, it became clear to me that only 50% of the group were actively engaged in conversation with me, while the other 50% would either not show up or they would attend as passive members of the group, which meant they pretty much kept silent. It was not surprising, as those who had yet to receive their club coach assignments would not have had real cases to bring to the coaching supervision conversation. So as coaching supervision, it is not a place for me as a supervisor to train or teach or give advice and give solution to participants. In coaching supervision, it is absolutely necessary for club coaches to have actively coached the club exco teams at least one, if not more times, before they come for a coaching supervision session. Because coaching supervision is about me creating a container that is safe and trusted, where club coaches can come, let their hair down and share with anguish, with disheartened stance, posture. It is a place for them to be themselves and be invited to reflect deeper into the issues and challenges that they're facing as club coaches. They are expected to bring their real problems, the real cases that they want to unpack, process, explore deeper, and through conversation with me as a supervisor, they will discover their own approach to overcome the challenges and get unstuck from their problems. It is normally during coaching supervision sessions where coaches will become aware of themselves and they determine if they need to learn new behaviors, unlearn bad habits, and or discover additional perspectives to their challenges, and ultimately design new ways of working with the EXCO team members and help the team become full-fledged leaders within their clubs. Coaching supervision, what is it not about? Coaching supervision is not a place to come and hypothesize on the what if, and maybe then this will happen, but it's not real, right? Therefore, it is paramount for club coaches to be actively coaching the EXCO teams in tandem with receiving coaching supervision. While back in June 2025, if you heard my first speech, you may remember that I loftily determined a few milestones for my DTM project. The project goals sadly blurred to oblivion when the reality of working with a group of non-professional coaches kicked in. As the months went by, I became aware of top 3 reasons why hard metrics could not be implemented with this group of club coaches. Firstly, the club coaches showed up as typical leaders who advise, tell, and did the work for EXCO members, rather than coach the EXCO members to take ownership and responsibility for their own club's plan and goals. Such leaders do not develop the next generation of leaders. Rather, they develop followers at best. And when the leader is gone, no longer around, the followers will dwindle. And if you're lucky, maybe less than a handful would actually rise up to succeed in leadership. In hindsight, it's not surprising that many of the coaches came to the supervision sessions with a follower mentality. They expected to be spoon-fed with new knowledge, advice, and more sharing experience. Rather than doing the work to become more aware of how they are showing up as club coaches and whether They are being the typical leader. Sorry, someone is muted and is interrupting my speech. Shall I continue?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And as I was saying, club coaches, instead of showing up and doing the work and trying to understand whether, being a typical leader is actually helping EXCO members rise to leadership or not, they came expecting to be spoon-fed. So incidentally, the ones who had the most experience as a leader within Toastmasters bombed their club coach assignments within the first 3 to 4 months. They were telling the EXCO members what they should and shouldn't do, literally taking over the whole show. And in the end, they ended back in square one and they had to look for new clubs to coach. Secondly, another important reason was that there were coaches who struggled to engage with club goals in their coaching. Each had their personal reasons to juggle. I'm overseas, I have different time zones, I have a new job, I got no time, etc., etc., etc. And the common complaint was that the EXCO members are not engaged and committed to building their Toastmasters Club. As a club coach, the importance of spending time to build relationships, getting to know the EXCO members, and building trust between the coach and the EXCO members is extremely important. And that seems to have been insufficient or missed somehow. Thirdly, a few yet to be appointed club coaches were not confident that they had sufficient knowledge and experience to coach a club, and therefore they were not proactive in finding a club to coach. Needless to say, their participation in the supervision conversations were limited to none, and few eventually dropped out of the supervision sessions. So there were other reasons, of course, and it took about 5 months between August and December for the club coaches to settle down and realize that as a club coach, their ultimate responsibility is not to fix the club's problems or to tell the club EXCOs what they should and should not do. It is not the responsibility of the club coach to recruit members on behalf of the club or take up role meetings at meetings to achieve success plan goals. Rather, the club coach's role is to be present and yet not be part of the EXCO team. The club coach's role is to observe how the team is engaging with one another. It's to observe how the team is embarking on their task and ask powerful questions such as, what would it take for the club to achieve Distinguished Toastmasters Club status? How would the EXCO team like to work together? What goal would you like to achieve first and by when? What has the club committed to do? What has the club achieved thus far? What is stopping the EXCO member or team from delivering on his or her promises? What needs to happen to get the team back on track? What help do you need to ensure that successful delivery of the goal? You notice there wasn't a single solution provided there, but all questions that requires EXCO members to do the work and develop themselves as leaders. So it is the club coach's role to offer feedback, make observations when not everyone of the EXCO team members are contributing to discussions. Discuss with EXCO team members, what is the mood in the room? Is everyone excited? Or are you resigned to the fact that you'll never achieve your goals? What's happening? How is the team coordinating among itself to deliver on the promises? In short, supervision is a place for deeper reflections on who the club coach is as an individual and how he or she is in turn impacts the club exco team, and whether the way that the club coach is being is serving the overall mission of the club that is being coached. So as of now, there remains to be a lot of work to be done in creating awareness among the club coaches and shifting their mindset from being that of a leader advisor, knowing it all, to becoming a thought partner with the EXCO team members. At the end of the 31st January 2026, I count the project complete with the following success. There are 60% of the club coaches now who have been officially appointed, at least 3 of them shifting from not being confident to becoming confident and proactively stepping up to find a club to coach. They are very clear in terms of what their new assignments would be. First order of the day is to build relationships with EXCO members. Second is to understand what the EXCO members' agenda is for their own club, rather than telling them what it should be. And working with the EXCO members to determine what is the kind of experience the club would like to be known for as a starting point. And once these basics are in place, the club coach's role is to be an accountability partner to the EXCO team members until the club achieves its overall mission. In closing, I have great news to share. I have also decided to continue my supervision services to the 5 club coaches for their remaining term until the end of May 2026. We now meet once a month for 2 hours of supervision conversations focused specifically on real cases from their experience of coaching their clubs. Thank you. Back to you, TOE.
Thank you very much, Michelle. It's very interesting that you're sharing your journey as a club coach supervisor. I think that was one step further from the last round you did your club coach in that context. So definitely a lot of foresight for us, those who are interested to become club coaches in the future. You can reach out to Michelle to give you the insights, the turnaround, the loops, the shortcuts to become a better coach, because she's risen to the next level as a supervisor for all the club coaches. So I believe there's a lot of nuggets as well, whether it's in Toastmasters or in the corporate space, whereby if you're holding leadership position, instead of hogging everything and doing it on your own, is how do you mentor and coach people and giving them the opportunity to shine. I think that's the ultimate purpose of leaders, and that's where the company, whether it's corporate or in Venus or in any other settings, that's how leaders, you groom other leaders as well. So all in all, thank you very much, Michelle, for sharing your insights, and all the best for your DTM project. Like I say, we are looking forward to your good news. Like I say, as our first Venus distinguished Toastmasters. All right, so thank you very much. And that sums it all for our 6 speakers for today. Like I say, in time, we are behind a bit of time. Okay, we're going to jump into the evaluation time. All right, can I have a feel for the floor? Is everybody okay if we just jump into the evaluation time? All okay? Or do you need a bio break? Everybody's on mute, so I will.
I'm
No.
okay.
Okay, everybody.
Yeah, continue with the agenda. No need to break.
Okay,
After that,
like I say, because we are behind time and Michelle is running for Pai Ting Gong after this. Am I right?
mentioning again.
Okay. So can we have Chu Feng, our first evaluator? Over to you, Chu Feng, to evaluate our first speaker.
Thank you, TOE. Xiaozhen, thank you for your informative speech on the meeting roles and responsibilities. You set out to help us understand how each role makes the meeting successful, and you did that very well. I thought that I already knew the main meeting rules, the Toastmaster, general evaluator, speakers, etc. But I realized that what I knew was mostly just what they do during the meeting. What I really appreciate is how you educated me on the behind the scenes work, like preparing in advance, finding the people for the roles, and etc. You also touch on additional roles like the invocation presenter and joke master, which help us see how we can add more variety and fun to our meetings. Then you brought in the club officers' roles and linked them to our current Venus team members, which made everything feel more real and relatable, not just theory. 3 things I really like about your speech. It's all start with C, so I have 3 C's for you. First C is your clarity. Your voice was clear, your pronunciation was easy to follow, and you used simple words, perfect for members at all levels. Your slides were also clean, just enough words on each slide, and you explained the points instead of reading them. Second C that I like about your speech, your confidence, smile, and presence. Your friendly, next slide please, created a comfortable and confident presence. You look relaxed throughout the presentation. It really made you look really approachable and made your informative speech more engaging and enjoyable to listen to. And the third things that I really like, the third C for you is your closing, your motivating quote at the end. Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. That was a very strong and inspiring way to wrap up your talk about teamwork and all that is required for the meeting rules. It tied your message together beautifully. If I may offer just one small suggestion, I noticed your eyes were moving between 3 places. The camera hole, which is great, and your notes is in 2 places. One is at the corner of your notebook, and then another one is actually on your desk. Okay, so I suggest that you keep your notes in one place closer to your eye level or the camera hole, so that when you glance at your notes, it won't break your eye contact as much, and your connection with the audience will stay strong. Overall, this was a clear and confident presentation with a strong closing. One humble suggestion is just to place your notes nearer to the camera hole. I'm looking forward to your next speech. Well done. Over to you, Theo.
Thank you very much, Xiu Fong. I think you did a very wonderful job. Like say, being able to spot, where they are placing their notes. It's a very tough job and very sharp of you as well. All right. Like say, can we have our second evaluator, Michelle Ma, evaluating Mei Hong? Over to you, Michelle.
Thank you for your inspiring lesson speech that you have given all of us. From there, I also have learned that from a child, you can actually learn so much from them, from standing and walking and rolling, and to the progress of a straight line. And another one is being empathy and being kind. These 3 lessons, it's very valuable to your speech of today. This is the thing that I like a lot about your speech. And I would like to give you some suggestions on the title of your speech. It could be shorter because your speech is, the topic is actually, what do you call it? Sorry, I need to recall back the title of your speech. What's working with children taught me about adult. So it's kind of many words and lengthy. And actually you can rephrase it by putting as more captivating, maybe as an example, small human, big lesson. So it sounds like, oh, what does it mean? It is creating that suspense in your audience in terms of getting to know more about your speech. And Second thing I would suggest would be your engagement with the audience, because you mentioned that 3 different lessons that you have learned from the child, but you're hardly posting questions to the audience to get them to think about, oh, if you are there with the child, what will you think? You know, like you said that you need talking about the child where they are progress is not a straight fine line. And then you said don't compare. And then you if you're the fail, they will try again and again. But as an adult, it's not easy because we have the ego, we give up easily. So these are the things that you can actually bring the audience into thinking, oh, what about you? Would you think the same as me? If you were me, will you think that, you know, I shouldn't be giving up easily? To me, posting questions to the audience would help you engage more with the audience. And at the same time, last but not least, what I'm thinking of is you can actually, after putting on that 3 different lessons already, you relate back to yourself how you learn this lesson in your daily life, how it works on you in a situation that bring out these 3 lessons in you. Giving a situation, for example, like you are having a difficulty dealing with your boss, perhaps, you know, maintain and trying to meet some KPI, then you just feel like giving up because the KPI is difficult. So are you going to throw tantrum like the kid? Are you going to cry? Are you going to be cranky? You won't, right? You will be like the kid, and then, you know, okay, calm down, and then fall down and start back again. That is making it more relatable to the situation where you're bringing up the lessons and it's relating to you, that the audience can feel you better. Oh, that's how you apply that lesson. And of course, to challenge yourself, I would suggest you can actually, when you were to do your speech, right, your pinhole is in the middle. So your face have to be in the middle instead. Because I see it, your big head more instead of at the back, and your gesture. I don't really see much of your gesture. You are having gesture, but I can't see it because I only see your head most of the time. And of course, that will be my takeaway on you. And overall, it's a very good speech. And I hope that you actually implied what I have given some suggestion and improve on that, and look forward to your next speech as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Okay. It was a definitely interesting evaluation. I believe this is Mei Hong's second evaluation for the same speech. I think she tweaked a bit, and for her now to tweak a little bit more. Okay, like what Mei Hong is doing right now as well. We can see she's closer to the computer screen, so just to take a bit of a step back. All right. So thank you very much, Michelle. So we have our next evaluator. We have Ewan evaluating. So over to you, Ewan.
Thank you, Crystal. So first of all, I want to congratulate Hui Yin because you are getting more and more comfortable and at ease at public speaking. From your first day, very nervous and rigid in front of the screen, I felt you are now more comfortable in and having a more audience awareness. Congratulations to you. So you have a great opening that is very captivating. You mentioned about you throw multiple questions that help us to feel aware and perhaps like break to our mindset, that they help us to realize how mundane our life are. And then I also like how you give a list of examples how we can create little surprises in our daily life. And to support this, you've given some simple examples of your interest in home planting. And your ending also very sweet and captivating, very encouraging. You make it sounds very easy to for us, even normal human being, right? We can grab the low hanging fruits because life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get, and it's up to us to create little sparkles, right? And then to make our life even more interesting. So because your speech is introductions of vocal variety and body language, again, I think you have improved so much from your first day in from giving public speaking. So your vocal variety has improved a lot. I noticed you have softened your voice in certain parts of your speech. You mentioned dopamine, then you got a bit softer, then a bit higher tone when you mentioned the plants are thriving. So, and to make your speech even better, right, I personally think that you can enhance your gestures even more, even bigger and louder in both the unintentional movements and the intentional movements, the purposeful movements. So I realize you're a bit far and a bit slanted from the laptop. I'm not sure you are standing. So I would encourage you to have more eye contact and at the same time loosen up a bit and enjoy the speech. So when you relax, you can provide more unintentional movements and you can give us more examples by making use more of the time, right? Because I think your speech haven't fulfilled the full 7 minutes yet. So two in all to summarize, right, two suggestions to make your speech even better. One is the stress management. Maybe loosen up a little bit and try to be more relaxed and give us more body gestures, the unintentional and purposeful movement. And second thing is you can always make your speech even more enriching by giving us more evidence and making use of the full 7 minutes time, right? And overall, thank you, and I hope to see you more relaxed in your next speech. Thank you. Back to you, Crystal.
Thank you very much, Evan. Definitely, we have seen the progress of Huing giving her first icebreaker. And now she being, I would say, 99.99% confident in front when giving the speech. There's always 0.01% to improve. That's why we have the evaluation session. But definitely all of us have seen the leaps and bounds of progress for Huyin. So thank you very much, Evan, for your evaluation. For Huyin, can we go over next to Mei Hong for her evaluation? Over to you, Mei Hong.
Okay. Hi, Reno. Okay, hi, everyone. So, for Reno is talking about your journey as a mentor. This, I really can relate it because I'm a mentor myself also. So I already can relate how June helped us to be more coordinated and how my current mentor is from another club. We are the same. So I'm also facing some same problem as you. So it's really very easy for me to relate your journey in this mentor program. So now I want to share about the 3 things that I really like about in your speech. First, your smooth structure. The structure of your speech, when you first started, you say about who is your protege, you talk about Cherry, then you talk about your own experience as a protege and how it changed what you do as a mentor, then how you become a mentor, how you schedule everything, then how you learn from June, and you end it with a gratitude to June, Cherry, Vinny, and Venus Toastmaster. It's very smooth, the transition towards your speech. So the second thing is your vocal variety. Your tone is very soft and is very comfortable. It's really like grabbing my attention to keep listening to what you are saying, what you will be doing, what is your next step with your protege, how is your journey. And then your speed is also a very comfortable speed. It's not too fast or too slow. I can really feel that it's very nice, very comfortable, very confident in this. And the last thing that I really like is vocabulary variety. You mentioned mentoring is not a destination, it's a continuous journey. Then you also mentioned about learning to swim by throwing you to the pool. And you also say growth is never a solo journey. All these quotes, the words, the sentence that you use, it makes it more easy to relate to your stories. and it's a really very nice thing to put inside your speech. So to bring your speech to your next level, I can suggest you one thing. Adding a climax in your experience, like what is your challenge as a mentor to Cherry? Like maybe your challenge as you don't know, you have struggled with times or communication in Zoom is a bit difficult or things like that. Maybe you can share about your challenge and how you solve it. This is a little bit add on to your speech. Then it will be a very nice structure of your journey as the mentor in Toastmaster. Overall, I like about your smooth structure, your vocal variety, and your vocabulary variety. And to bring your speech to the next level, maybe you can add on some your challenge as a mentor and how you solve it. Right? Thank you. Back to you, Crystal.
Thank you, Mei Hong.
Thank you, Mei Hong. Definitely a seasoned Toastmasters giving insights into how we can further improve our evaluations. All right, so can we have our next evaluator? Wendy. Wendy, over to you.
Thank you, TOE Crystal. Thank you, Eliza, for your speech. Overall, I think that you have fulfilled the purpose of your speech, which is to use the language in the speech to get the audience interest and impact. You started off with asking the audience whether we have a life transition to get us to think about if we experience something similar. And then after that, you share many personal stories that we can relate to. So, for example, you share about when you communicate with your boss, he doesn't know much English, but he can speak Japanese. But for you, you're the opposite. And if we can't imagine that, you manage to describe it in another way, like the example used is like the lost tourists in Japan. Then we can imagine that how it's like when you try to communicate with your boss using the body language, gestures, and relying on a translator to help to communicate. And that is a very good example. That is what I like about your speech. You use good description and have good elements to it, and you give a lot of examples. And so there is one thing I would like to suggest to work on, is that there is one example I can't really relate, which is related to the jellyfish, about being a jellyfish and communicating with other teams. Maybe could be clearer on that part. But overall, you have fulfilled the purpose of your speech, which is good. You gave many examples and help us to think about how it is when you describe it. And I would like to suggest to make it even better. Maybe you can use more vocal variety and add more gestures to make it even more engaging to the audience, so that if they drift away, they can come back again when they listen to your the different tones. But overall, it is good, and Then I like it, and thank you for your speech. Back to you, POE.
Oops, there we go. Thank you very much, Wendy, for your evaluation. Nice. I believe you're very, very concise in terms of the evaluation, but may I suggest for you in a more structured manner, because I see you were trying to go around the bush a little bit and then you come back and overall a summary and then you're like going back to a summary again. So maybe you can do 1, 2 good points, 1, 2 things that needs to be improved, and then just a summary to sum it all up. So you can try that for your next evaluation. Oh, all right. Thank you so much, Wendy. And last but not least, we have Retno, who's evaluating Michelle for today. Over to you, Retno.
Thank you, TOE. Michelle Lam, my DTM project reimagined. First of all, congratulations, Michelle, on your journey to become a DTM, the highest Toastmaster level, I suppose. And we all can understand that to reach that level, there will be a lot of commitments and determinations. That's for sure. Even we on this lower level already feel the pressure. And also, thank you for sharing your experience in your pro bono coaching that will benefit the club coaches inside the District 51. Definitely they benefit that. And it's a big, large scale. And when I listened to your whole speech, I felt like, please, can you send me your speech so I can learn more from your experience as the coach, is a supervised coach to the club coach. So Michelle, I really love how well you constructed your speech. You started mentioning about how that you found some of your participants were not very confident, and then also that they were trying to use the words if. So that was also quite interesting for me. Of course, your gestures is amazing. Your vocal variety, if I can mention all the aspects of speeches, they're all there. You use your eye contact to convey emotion and elicit response. I really would like to say something or to respond to your message there. And the other one that I really like is your comfort level. You definitely very confident. Definitely, you know what you are talking about. For example, you say that the coaches are not to fix the club problems. They have to find their own answers. There are only two things, Michelle, that I would like to suggest, maybe not suggest, but something that you will need to think about, because in the middle of your speech, there was a maybe distortion on your Wi-Fi connection. So it was breaking, so I couldn't really hear your voices. And the second one was the timing. When I saw the red sign already and you keep continuing. Now it's red for me, so I have to stop now. But overall, I really like your comfort level, your well-constructed speech, also your vocal variety. And hopefully in the future, you can be our coach in Venus Toastmasters Club. Thank you for sharing, Michelle.
Thank you so much, Reno. It was so coincidental that I turned my video red and you said about the red. So it was just a funny moment for me. Michelle, I hope that all goes well for your speech. However, I will never hope that Venus will needs a club coach. I say always a club mentor, because under the pretext for club coach, the club is not surviving or is in direst need, in the state that we need this. But Venus will always be more than welcome, you to come back and guide us, be a club mentor for us in a way, to let us reach from where we are to the next level, to bring it up a notch. So like Reno said, you're always more than welcome. Like what you have in your background right now, we roll our red carpets for you, to come back and always helping each and every one of us to grow to the next level. So all in all, thank you very much, everyone. I believe we are 9 people here. The rest are all off to see the fireworks for tonight. I believe it's the Pai Ting Kong Day, as they call it. So I'm going to share my timer screen for a bit. Can you all see my screen? Do let me know. All right. Let's see. Okay, and Retno, you were right on the dot. Let me just fill this up at 3:28 seconds. So you're rushing things through. Okay. All in all, Xiao Zhen and Huyin and Michelle, they were overtime. Good job to Mei Hong, Retno, and Eliza for meeting the time. Michelle Ma was overtime by 36 seconds. The rest were all on time. So well done, everyone. See, for today's 6-speaker speech marathon, I would say, a first for Venus as well. Usually we have 4, but today we have brought it next level 6. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here. You guys were more fireworks for me tonight than the fireworks out there, but hold your horses. 12 o'clock, it'll be a noisy night tonight. All in all, thank you very much, ladies. I thoroughly enjoyed today's speech marathon. We hope to see all of you again for our next meeting, 1st and 3rd Tuesdays of the month. Thank you, and we bid you good night. If you want to, Wendy, maybe you don't, when you leave the meeting, you just leave the meeting instead of closing us all up. So some of you, if you want to stay on for a chat, please do. For tonight, Venus, that's all for tonight. I'll call this meeting to an end. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night. Bye.
Good night.